Hi there. Happy Tuesday. It is so good to see any of you here who are tuning in right now live as I speak. I hope I can be heard okay. It is so good to see you. This is Megan here with Core3 Harmony and Wellness Services. First and foremost, I appreciate you. I thank you so much for tuning in to hear what it is that I have to share today. If you are a subscriber, I appreciate you. Thank you so much. If you are not a subscriber, please subscribe. It is my intention and goal to speak with you live here just for a little bit of your time every Tuesday, noon Pacific time. I am the creator and director of Core3 Harmony and Wellness Services. Here with Core3, what is provided and offered to you in support is music therapy, counseling, and coaching. And we offer services in person if you happen to be local and near to our office location, as well as remotely. For today, I want to speak just a little bit regarding ways in which to cope with negativity in the news. I often, in my interaction with others, it is a space that is provided for the individual I'm working with or the group to just process and talk about stuff. That they may not have the opportunity to share with others, or it is potentially a space that maybe the person doesn't feel so safe to speak of and talk about things candidly. And so today I am providing some information to you from a source called People One Health. And I was reading their information. And I thought this would be something that would be great to share on the channel with my audience here, our subscribers, and those who just so happen to be perusing and want to check out what I have to share on healthy ways in which you can deal with negativity in the news. I used to always say the only reason why I would chime in with the news anyhow was to maybe catch up on briefly some sports, depending on the particular sports team I'm following and or the weather. And, we can do a lot of that stuff now via our smartphones, our cell phones. So we can filter things out a lot better now. But needless to say, you may interact with others that are very much so into watching or viewing the news or staying up on the latest news breaks. Or you may have family members or friends that very much so have an interest in it, and you not so much. So here are some tips I want to share today that you may find beneficial in regards to dealing with coping with negativity within the news. Okay. All right, whether it's politics, I'm looking down at the article here from People One Health. Whether it's politics, religion, climate change, women's rights, civil rights, the economy, healthcare, sometimes the list of difficult topics in the news seems endless and overwhelming. Finding a positive news story these days can feel like looking for a needle in a haystack. Over time, the negativity can start to wear you down, creating anxiety that carries over into other areas of your life. If this feeling sounds familiar, it's more common than you think. There is a term for this, believe it or not, and it's called headline stress disorder. It is used to describe the idea that copious amounts of news delivered faster than ever due to our technology can create psychological harm. Research has demonstrated that higher levels of media consumption are associated with higher levels of anxiety and depression. Research has also shown that a correlation between anxiety and depression and social media use, which is often used as a way and a source to get information and to stay current on events as they are occurring, have been found as well. Negative news affects the brain in a variety of ways. Humans naturally turn their attention to negative events, which makes things more engaging. And that is really intriguing. That is so very true. And I think I will dive into that a little bit more, why we have this affinity to be attracted to like the negative. I'm thinking of talking about that in our next live stream. So the human brain also experiences availability, of course, of bias, which is a tendency to think that experiences which readily come to mind are more common than is actually the case. For example, if you hear about a shooting on the news, you might overestimate the likelihood that you will experience violence. Becoming more aware of these biases when they come up helps question thought processes and allows you to think more critically and rationally about the situations without overreacting or living in fear. Okay, so here are the 5 coping mechanisms to try. Okay. So number 1, think globally, act locally. Okay. And you can do this by understanding that even though you can't solve all of the world's problems, you can find ways to make a difference in the corner of the world you are in. Okay. This doesn't mean that we shouldn't fight big fights, raise our own awareness about important issues, and develop our own voice. What this is saying is that it's simply saying that big changes take time, and sometimes the wait can feel defeating. There's a suggestion of finding a sense of purpose in your immediate surroundings to help you regain a sense of control. Where can you make a measurable impact that you can see? Okay, so think, where can I make a measurable impact where I can see? That I can see in my life, within my family, within my neighborhood, within my workplace. These are places where wins can help balance out the ways in which you may struggle or feel overwhelmed with the long game, the tackling the bigger issues at hand. Okay. Another great coping tool for dealing with negativity in the news is to spend a minute being mindful. Now, get this, even 1 minute, yes, 1 minute, 60 seconds can have stress and anxiety relieving benefits. Working to be mindful helps bring you into the present, helps you to focus on your feelings right here, right now. As a result, you'll be able to quiet your mind from the constant chatter of the latest headlines and other noise that typically tends to keep our minds busy. Coping tool number 3. This one's wonderful. This is one that I will most likely be doing after I'm done with my time here on the live stream, is exercising. I like to go for a walk within the neighborhood here, at least once, if I can, depending on my schedule, at least twice a day. Helps to refresh recalibrate my mind and my body when I'm working and interacting with people throughout the day. Exercise. Even a small amount of exercise has been proven to improve depressive symptoms, regardless of exercise intensity. Okay? Frustrated over the news or anything that you hear, take a walk. Worried about developments on a controversial issue, go for a bike ride. The release that exercise provides might be just what you need to feel better. We are not meant to be sedentary. And so nowadays, with the tendency that many of us have become accustomed and grown really comfortable with sitting, laying around, it is now very, very important that our bodies are physically active. It helps to relieve stress and reduce symptoms that come upon a body that is immobile. Okay. Next, number 4, coping tool for dealing with negativity within the news or events. Unplug. Unplug. Constant scrolling through your news feeds is enough to elevate your blood pressure. Consider taking breaks of dedicated blocks of time each day, or even refrain from checking your phone on certain days of the week. This will help to give your mind time to rest and relax. I specifically try to do that Sundays, at least most of the day. Towards the end of the day, Sunday, I will turn things on, hop back online, check things just to help me feel prepped as I go into Monday. But I will usually do the best that I can to withhold from kind of being glued or attached like a leash to the devices that one day a week. For you, you have to find a plan that works best for you. What days or what time frames. Okay. And number 5, for a coping tool for dealing with negativity in the news or events that occur, is recognize that you are not alone with how you are feeling. These are stressful and uncertain times for so many people. If you're struggling, consider reaching out to a friend or family member for support. It can help you to know that you aren't the only one that's upset by the breaking news or the ongoing crises that have occurred across the globe or locally, right where you are. When that doesn't feel like it's enough, consider talking to a professional who can help create a plan to help you deal and manage your feelings in a much healthier way. So, hey, case in point, reach out to us here at Core3. We provide a complimentary consultation that gives you an opportunity to give some insight as to what is going on. And you get the ability to ask any questions that you may have about the whole process, price, a plan, all of that stuff. Okay. It's important to me that you find a good connection with our services and how we can support you. If we happen to not be what you are looking for, we want to help guide you and lead you to the individuals and the professions who can be the ones to help guide you through whatever it is that you are being challenged by. Okay. Just a little more tidbits of information, and then I will let you go for this week's live stream info. It can become, if you have a tendency to become defensive or feel bad when you think of needing help, I want you to think of this to help you reframe your mentality. Okay. It is good and it is okay to get a different perspective from an unbiased person outside of your friend or family group. That is where a therapist, a counselor, coach comes in very, very helpful and handy. Strategies from someone who has training in the areas where you are looking to gain traction or support, that is important. So, because many folks, I feel there's two things that I'm understanding that hangs folks up from seeking out the therapy is what others think of it, even perhaps their own biases towards therapy and what that looks like, and the finances of it. And so for the finance aspect, it's always of let's create a plan for you that works for both the professional and you that is in need, the client, the customer, consumer that's in need of help. Let's take a look at what that looks like. But needing the support and the help, that can be a challenge for a lot of people. So these tips, I hope will help you if you're in an individual where it is indeed challenging and difficult to reach out and ask for help, and or you've tried in the past and it just did not go very well. And so now there is a reluctance to do that again due to the rejection and the past experience. Okay. So you are able to, in this space, what's so beautiful about it, to speak freely without any judgment. There is no judgment against you or towards you in any manner in regards to whatever it is that you need to talk about that's going on. Okay. Another tip to encourage you to reach out if you have a challenge reaching out for the help and support is gaining and getting the guidance when you dare to admit that you can't do it on your own. When we are struggling with something and we need help with it, we, depending on our experience, can be very challenged with coming around to sharing with someone that we need help. Or if we're seen in a certain light that we've always got things in control, we've got things handled, and we really don't. This is that unique space to let your guard down for a moment to process through all of those things, all of those roles, all of those expectations you feel that must be met. Also, reaching out and getting the support and the help, it allows you to reboot because we all have used tools in our toolkit and nothing is working. This can be really helpful, especially for someone that has been exposed or experienced therapy counseling for themselves. And now they're finding, okay, I am stuck. These tools that I developed, they're not as effective as they were before. Then that's where we come back and it's time for us to check in. And we do some maintenance and we do some repair and we find, we sharpen tools that you have that maybe got dull or waxed or waned over time. And we get you prepped and ready to go back out and face the challenges of life again. Okay. So here at Core3, I hope you found that information informative, uplifting, inspiring. If you or anyone you know is in need of support in any way, please reach out to us. We will engage with you, take an assessment, see what's going on, see how we can help and to what a benefit and to what extent. And when we find it is outside of our scope of expertise, we will reach out to our other colleagues so that they can help you in areas where we potentially may fall short in, okay? I appreciate you. I thank you so very much for watching and engaging with me for a few minutes of your time today. Please do give us an offering of a thumbs up. I'd greatly appreciate it. Helps us to be able to be more visible to potentially other people that might want to, that might need to hear this very message and topic that we're discussing today. Please do know that you can reach out to us. Our information, contact information is in the links below. Email us if there's any topics or anything you would like to see discussed. or would like kind of our point of view and take on it, please let us know, and also be interested in you sharing that as well. Please do know this before we say our farewells and goodbyes. Please know that you are worthy, you matter, and you are oh so loved. Please remember those three things. Never forget them. All right. From our energy, from our space to yours, wherever you may be, we appreciate you. And we are reaching out, sending nothing but good vibes your way from our heart space to yours. We appreciate you. Many blessings to you and look forward to speaking with you again next Tuesday, noon Pacific time. Take care of yourself and be well.